Okay, very good. Right, hello everyone. We're back. The CobCasts are back. It's been a long time in between this one and the last one. In fact, I can't even remember who the last one was with. Probably, was it Jupiter? Oh, it's not important. Anyway, on this lovely sunny morning, well, it's nearly midday. In fact, it's gone midday. I'm out on the Mr. Higgins, and we're going to the forest. But before we do, on our way there, there's some things that I'd like to chat about Higgins and horses in general. And so I think what I'd like to mention first is that it wasn't last week, it was the week before. Chatty's owner Lisa, of Chatty's Diary fame, arranged to come and have a ride because poor Chatty can't be ridden at the moment. I thought, well, I'll come out with her. So I rode Della, that's it. And I thought, well, Higgins is he's polite, he's a gentleman really. So she came out on Higgins, we went to the forest and we had an absolutely lovely ride, and she really thought he was fantastic. She said, you can feel he's still green, she said, because he feels more wobbly. And I thought, well, yeah, that's true actually. But of course I don't really, I know that we haven't finished producing him, but compared with what he was even a couple of months ago, he's less wobbly. And when he came, he was just so wobbly, he was like a piece of string, just wobbling around all over the place. Of course, big horses do take time to learn to control their bodies, and he gets a bit like an overgrown Labrador. Well, there's a dog. And so that apart, she had a really nice ride, and she said, you know, if she wasn't already an owner, that she'd be talking about Higgins, which was nice to have that feedback, because and it was also nice to see him being ridden, because of course normally I'm riding him and I can't really see him. So when she was talking about, you know, he feels young and wobbly, I was saying, well, yes, he's still at the stage where he needs a lot of support from the rider. He looks to the rider for support. And she said a very interesting thing. She said, yeah, but don't they always? So I said, well, you know, Chatty now, you know, she wouldn't need the same support that Higgins requires. So she said, oh no, that's true. She said, but they never stop needing your support. She said, in fact, when you've got a one-to-one relationship with a horse, she said, I think they need even more support, because they're completely reliant on you. You've got that relationship and they're completely reliant on you to kind of, yes, look after them in a sense. So they rely on you more than if they didn't know you. And I thought, I've never really thought about it that way, and I gave it quite a bit of thought, and I thought, yeah, that's right. You know, when you do have that strong one-to-one relationship, then naturally the horse will look to you even more. The one who's, say, been ridden by a lot of riders, I mean, the other end of the scale is a riding school horse who doesn't rely on any rider for his safety. They just, you know, they're just slightly institutionalised by virtue of what they do, and so it's completely different. But yes, that would be true. The stronger the relationship, the more the horse is relying on that person, and the more the person needs to be aware of how much the horse is doing so. So there's quite a wind that's sprung up, I hope my voice isn't being obliterated, as these cameras, they do pick up quite a lot of wind. So anyway, we're going to make our way to the forest, and so the next thing I'd like to talk about is Higgins' progress. We're making really good progress, and I'm very much his progress is very much dictated by how he's feeling. I have a little trot. You know how he's feeling. I mean, you have to go at the horse's pace, and just every day kind of cover what you covered the day before, and maybe do it just that little bit better. So Higgins is at the stage where, I mean, there's lots of levels he needs to go through, but we're kind of at the level where he needs to just get one step further for now. So that inevitably involves a little more pressure, and like most horses, when that pressure is applied, however it's applied, initially they react against it a little bit, and they become kind of less settled, and in a sense a little more worried while they work their way through it. And this is what's happening with Higgins. He is a little more worried while we put this in place, but it happens with every horse. He's not the only one. Right, okay, we'll walk on now. We'll walk on. Good boy.